Welcome to Ping 24 Updates, your daily dose of what's happening around the world. Subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for more updates. Breaking news: the Philippines is rapidly fortifying its northernmost islands, directly challenging Beijing's red lines and sending shockwaves through the region. What was once a quiet frontier is now a focal point in the contest for control over the Indo-Pacific. The Luzon Strait, a vital maritime corridor, now hums with the constant presence of military drones and fighter jets. The skies and seas are alive with activity, as both surveillance and deterrence become daily routines. On windswept Mavulas, the northernmost tip of the Philippines, a solitary flag flaps defiantly in the fierce wind, a symbol of a nation drawing a bold line in the turbulent waters that separate it from Taiwan and from the ambitions of its powerful neighbor. This is no drill. This is the new reality for a remote archipelago suddenly thrust onto the world stage, its strategic importance magnified by the shifting tides of global power. Philippine Marines now patrol these new outposts day and night, scanning the horizon for Chinese Coast Guard vessels that have become a constant, unnerving presence, testing boundaries and patience with every approach. The mission is clear: establish a credible defense in a region China considers its backyard, and show the world that the Philippines will not be intimidated. Every new radar, every shovel of dirt, every bunker built sends a message: the Philippines will not be a passive observer in the Indo-Pacific power struggle. Instead, it is taking an active role, determined to shape its own destiny. The stakes have never been higher. The tension in these waters is palpable, as the world watches to see who will blink first. Years of Chinese expansion in the South China Sea have forced Manila to pivot north to the critical Bashi Channel, a narrow passage that could decide the fate of regional security. This narrow waterway is not just a local concern, it is a global trade lifeline, carrying goods and energy between East and West. It is also a potential flashpoint, especially as tensions over Taiwan continue to rise. By reinforcing Batanes, the Philippines is placing a strategic piece on the geopolitical chessboard, directly in China's path and signaling its resolve to defend its sovereignty. The transformation of these islands into military outposts is a story of a smaller nation standing up to a giant, backed by the United States and its allies, determined not to be left behind in the new security order. For the Ivatan people, the quiet rhythms of island life have been forever altered. Their fishing grounds now patrol zones, their ancestral lands now host to military hardware and foreign soldiers. The cost of strategic importance is felt in every home. This is the price of geography in the 21st century, a reality where even the most remote islands can become the center of global attention and rivalry. A tiny dot on the map, once overlooked, can suddenly become the most important place in the world, its fate intertwined with the ambitions of nations far beyond its shores. Batanes, the Philippines' northernmost province, is a windswept archipelago of 10 islands, only 3 inhabited. Closer to Taiwan than Luzon, its dramatic cliffs and iconic stone houses were built to withstand relentless typhoons. The Ivatan people developed a culture of resilience and self-sufficiency, shaped by isolation and harsh weather. Their stone houses, with thick limestone walls and thatched roofs, are masterpieces of survival. Life here moved at nature's pace, until now. The same winds that once brought only storms now carry whispers of war. Batanes sits astride the Bashi Channel, a critical choke point for global shipping and undersea cables. Its proximity to Taiwan makes it invaluable in any potential conflict. The world has come knocking. This remote outpost is now at the center of a global power struggle. Isolation is no longer an option. Life in Batanes was once defined by routine: fishing at dawn, farming on terraced hills, and community festivals. The rhythm of the islands was slow and gentle, shaped by the tides and the seasons, with neighbors gathering to share stories and celebrate traditions passed down through generations. Global politics felt distant, almost like a rumor from another world, irrelevant to daily survival and the simple joys of island living. But the arrival of Chinese maritime militia and Coast Guard ships changed everything, casting a shadow over the once peaceful horizon. Traditional fishing grounds became contested waters, and the sea now held an unspoken threat. Fishermen who once set out with confidence now return with uncertainty, their livelihoods at risk. The island's transformation from forgotten paradise to strategic hotspot has been jarring, altering the landscape and the lives of those who call Batanes home. Military planners, engineers, and foreign delegations now frequent the islands, their presence a constant reminder of the region's new importance. Batanes is circled in red on security maps in Manila, Washington, and Beijing, its strategic location drawing global attention and concern. The Ivatan people, known for their peaceful nature, now live with a constant undercurrent of anxiety. The sense of safety that once defined the islands has been replaced by worry for the future. New airstrips and radar stations dot the landscape, construction noise replacing the sound of waves. The familiar tranquility is now interrupted by the hum of machinery and the presence of outsiders. The influx of soldiers and contractors brings economic opportunity but also unease, as the community grapples with rapid change and the loss of their old way of life. The islands are being reshaped, not by nature but by geopolitics. The transformation is visible everywhere, from the coastline to the heart of each village. The Batanes of yesterday is fading, its memories preserved only in photographs and the stories of elders. A new reality, defined by strategic imperatives, has taken hold, forever altering the identity of these once peaceful islands. Batanes sits at the northern entrance of the Luzon Strait, a narrow but crucial waterway that connects the South China Sea to the vast Pacific Ocean. Its location, perched at the very edge of the Philippines, makes it a natural gateway between two of the world's most important bodies of water. The Bashi Channel, which runs right beside Batanes, is a vital maritime choke point. Control it, and you control a major artery of global trade and energy. Every day, countless shipping vessels and tankers pass through these waters, carrying goods, oil and resources between East Asia and the rest of the world. For China, Batanes is more than just a distant island, it's a potential obstacle. In the event of a Taiwan conflict, the Chinese Navy must break out through this narrow passage to reach the open Pacific, making Batanes a critical point of concern for Chinese military planners. A Philippines allied with the US, with military assets stationed in Batanes, could effectively block this passage and complicate China's plans to project power beyond its shores. Joint military exercises and increased presence here send a clear signal of deterrence. For the US and its allies, Batanes is a strategic anchor, perfect for monitoring Chinese naval movements, tracking aircraft, and staging rapid responses to any emerging threats in the region. The islands offer a powerful tool for access denial, allowing defenders to control the strait and shift the military balance in the region. With modern missile systems and surveillance, Batanes becomes a formidable barrier. Beneath the waves, a dense network of submarine cables runs close to Batanes, carrying much of the world's internet and financial data. These cables are the invisible lifelines of the global economy. Disrupting these cables would have catastrophic global consequences, instantly affecting communications, banking, and trade across continents. Securing them is a top priority for the US and its partners, who regularly patrol and monitor these critical undersea routes to prevent sabotage or attack. Military forces stationed in Batanes help protect this digital infrastructure, ensuring the safety of data and communications that the world relies on every day. The island's strategic value goes far beyond their small size. Their location gives them an outsized influence on regional security and global stability. In the Indo-Pacific chess game, Batanes is a critical piece, one whose importance is only growing as tensions rise and the world's attention shifts to this vital crossroads. The military buildup in Batanes has been rapid and sweeping. What began as small upgrades is now a network of facilities supporting sustained operations. In close partnership with the US airstrips are extended, naval facilities upgraded, and new coastal watch stations built to withstand harsh weather. The goal, a persistent presence, with round-the-clock monitoring of the seas and skies. Joint US-Philippine exercises like Balikatan are now larger and more frequent, signaling resolve to any adversary. For locals, this brings both economic boom and unease. Businesses thrive, jobs multiply, but the constant sight of soldiers is a stark reminder of the risks. The fear that Batanes could become a battlefield is real. Prosperity and anxiety now go hand in hand. The island's transformation is as much about deterrence as defense. The Ivatan community must adapt to a new, uncertain normal. The Ivatan people are caught between hope and fear. The military buildup has brought jobs and prosperity. Young people no longer need to leave for work. Guest houses and small businesses flourish, offering a better future for many. Yet this hope is shadowed by anxiety. The Ivatans, a peaceful people, now live in a place military analysts call a potential flashpoint. Parents worry for their children, elders fear for their traditions. The fear of being caught in a superpower crossfire is ever present, The community is divided, some welcome the military as protection, others fear it makes them a target. Debates over sovereignty, security, and identity strain the social fabric. Elders strive to preserve language and traditions, fearing cultural dilution. The challenge embrace opportunity without losing the soul of Batanes. It's a delicate balancing act. Survival, both physical and cultural, is at stake. The Ivatan spirit endures, but the path forward is uncertain. The island's future hangs in the balance. China's response to Batanes' fortification has been swift and sharp. Beijing sees the US military presence as a direct provocation, launching propaganda and issuing stern warnings. Chinese Coast Guard and militia vessels now patrol the Luzon Strait in greater numbers using intimidation tactics. Economic threats loom. China is a major trading partner and has a history of using economic coercion. Fears of sanctions, restricted tourism, or halted investments pressure Manila to reconsider its US alignment. In response, the US has reaffirmed its defense commitments, providing hardware, training, and intelligence. This dynamic creates a classic security dilemma. Each side sees the other's moves as threats, fueling escalation. The risk of miscalculation grows with every maneuver. The region's stability hangs by a thread. Manila walks a tightrope between security and prosperity. Strengthening the US alliance and fortifying Batanes is a response to China's expansionism, but it comes with economic risks. China is a top trading partner. Antagonizing Beijing could hurt the Philippine economy. The government must balance security needs with economic realities, navigating pressure from both business and defense sectors. The goal: deter aggression while maintaining healthy ties with all partners. This means modernizing the military, strengthening regional alliances, and keeping diplomatic channels open with Beijing. The Philippines seeks to chart its own course, not just choose between superpowers. The outcome of this high-wire act will shape the nation's future. The fate of Batanes is now tied to global power struggles. The Ivatan people, once isolated, now bear the burden of geopolitics. Their resilience is tested as their home becomes both shield and target. Economic gains are shadowed by the fear of sudden loss. This is the human cost of great power competition. The lives and hopes of the Ivatans are what's truly at stake. They did not choose this front line but must live with its consequences. Their story is a microcosm of small communities caught in global rivalries. The world must look beyond warships and rhetoric to see the people at the heart of the conflict. The future of Batanes and the region depends on choices made far beyond its shores.